You'll arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
What is up, everybody? Happy St. Paddy's Day. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally be able to do some Darkest Dungeon YouTube videos. Been watching a lot of other YouTubers do a bunch of these, and I gotta say, I am pumped. I've only put 16 hours into this game on my own without recording or anything like that, so I don't know that much about the game, but I have a good grasp on it, especially since it pretty much just takes like the bare bones of like a good RPG and just builds upon that, and with its own unique type of like mechanics that you'll see soon enough. So let's get this started. Alright, so here we are. So this is like the tutorial, the opening mission. So map navigation. You are currently in a room. Of course we are, obviously. To move forth, click on another room on the map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. So this is our map down here. We can right click and drag around, as well as use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out. So we just need to click on this room here so we can start moving on our way. Well, first of all, as you can see, you can use A and D to move back and forth, or you can even click on the different parts of the screen there. So anyways, let's keep going.
Run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it's just explaining what I just told you. Alright, here we go. So in these hallways,
brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
I don't want to talk over him. The narrator's voice is freaking awesome. Love it. And there's a lot of good, like, flavor text, I guess you could say. So kill the enemy. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on a highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot or there are no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see the requirements. So as you can see, pretty much you gotta imagine this is the battle line right here. So this is slot 1, this is slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, and there'd be more people over here as well. But if we hover over his ability, Open Vein, you can see the little yellow circles right at the very top of it shows positions with 4 slots. So it's highlighted position 1, 2, and 3, meaning he can only use that ability if he's in one of those 3 positions. Then the red dots on the other side shows what positions he can attack using that ability. So Open Vein, he has to be in slots 1 through 3 to attack slots 1 through 2. As well as Pistol Shot, he can't be in the front. He can attack all the back rows as well. Grape Shot, now this is a different one. If you see the red dots, they actually have a connecting little line in between each one of them. That means it's an AoE, so it'll actually attack multiple enemies. And then Tracking Shot is a real good skill right off the bat that shows like buffing. So it says it's a ranged ability. Accuracy base is 95, so you have an accuracy of 95 on that. Damage modifier on it though is your damage is reduced by 80% for that shot, because it's more of just a way to buff you. It's not supposed to like be tacking on damage as well. But as you see at the bottom, it says self, meaning this is stuff that's going to apply to you. So we're going to get plus 12% damage, plus 6 accuracy, and plus 5% crit. but we can't use it on the front row person, so we're not going to be able to use that right now. So we're just going to start with the open vein. You see at the bottom it says bleed. We can actually cause a debuff. So there we go. We got a bleed debuff on him, and each class's like bleed abilities and stuff, they do different amounts of damage for different amounts of rounds. So his open vein does 2 points of damage per round for 3 rounds. So every time it becomes his turn, he's gonna take that hit. But we're gonna use our Crusaders here for stunning blow to stun him. Oh, didn't kill him, but he is stunned. So, second it goes to his turn, he only had 2 health left, he dies off. And we get the loot. So we'll hit take all. So, what I was saying though is these spots right here, each little tile is a round. So you could still have a buff on you, and it might be like plus 12% damage for 3 rounds. So that's 1, 2, 3, and as we enter this room, it's gonna fall off. Or say if Dismas here had a blight on him, which is like poison for 2 rounds, he's gonna get hit by that poison right here, and then it's gonna drop off. So just because it's the end of a combat, you want to be sure to take care of those if you have the items. Alright, so interactive objects are referred to as curios. While exploring, you will often find interactive objects. Click or press W to investigate them. Take a look at this tent. So we get up to it, we can click on it or press W. Brigand's tent, clearly where the ambushers camp. So they left along some treasure. Now every single curio can have negative effects or positive effects.
Leave nothing unchecked.
It's not always going to be items. Like if we right click on our character here, you can see quirks. We have positives and negatives. So positives, we have a Warrior of Light, plus 10% damage if the torch is above 75. And then his negative, God-fearing, he'll only pray for stress relief, which you'll see later on. And Kleptomaniac, he's prone to stealing items. So we have a chance that when we're opening treasure chests and stuff, that he'll just grab all the items and keep them for himself, and we'll never see a cent of it. So it's kind of good to be cautious about some of these curios. Like see, he's known cheap, so he's not allowed to gamble in town, which he won't be able to possibly make us money or stress relief by gambling. Hard noggin, so he has extra stun resist and quick reflexes. He has plus 2 speed, so that moves him up on the turntable. And why aren't we clicking on the door? There we go. Alright, so all this is pretty scripted. It's the same exact thing you're going to deal with every time you start a new game. Alright, so the thing about Darkest Dungeon is the way the enemies are laid out is very important, and the way your party is laid out. Because if I was to have him up here, he's not going to be able to shoot the people in the back, so I won't have range to reach the guys in 3 and 4. As you can see, this guy's big. He takes up actually slot 1 and 2. So this guy is actually in slot 3. Well, the thing is about slot 3 and 4 is what you would think on any battlefield. You put your tanks in the front and your damage dealers in the back, and this doesn't change that formula. So slots 3 and 4 are going to be the heavy hitters, so you want to take those guys out as fast as possible. So we're going to use Tracking Shot on this guy to give ourselves a little buff here. And he has Zealous Accusation, so you can see he attacks slot 1 and 2, so you can see he takes up both. We can't even hit that guy. But we're going to go for a Stunning Blow on this guy. So he did resist, and when you hover over him, you can see the information overlay on the right side. So he has a base stun resist of 50%. So our stun chance on that ability is 100%. So with his 50% resist, that only gives us a 50% chance to even land it. Alright, so now he's up front, so he can't even use his pistol shot to take out that guy. So what we're going to do is use Open Vein on him, try to get some bleed damage going on him. There we go. So now he took some extra damage. Dots, damage over times like bleed and blight, definitely a good thing to be using. Very important in this game. Let's see here. We're gonna move him up. Get him back in the front line. Yeah, see that blanket fire? He's just laying in AoE. It's ripping through us pretty fast. But we have our plus 12% damage and our pistol shot. There we go. Crit 13. Ah, crap. Okay, so I don't think it's going to say anything about it right now. But you can see there's this bar under here. This number right here, this is actually your stress level. So when I crit with Dismas and it showed that glowing arc around his head, that was actually stress healing. When you crit, you actually reduce some stress. But when he got attacked by that punishment, it does stress damage as well. So he took a little bit of stress, so he's at 14. Stress is definitely something you got to worry about in this game, because if your stress level gets to 100, you have a chance to become afflicted, which means you might become paranoid or fearful or selfish, and I think there's some other ones that I haven't even come across yet, but it pretty much just makes your life a living hell. So like, say if the person gets afflicted and becomes selfish, there's a higher chance for him to pretty much be like a kleptomaniac. He's going to be stealing stuff and taking stuff just for him. So you're not going to see any money or items or anything like that. There we go. We got him stunned. And he's taking 4 damage. Well, it dropped to 2. So debuffs do actually stack. So like, it's 2 damage per round right now. If I bleed him again, well, I could stack it up to 4. But we killed him, so that works out pretty good. Actually got a decent amount of money. So good thing to note is, as you can see, we're at the quest complete, we're at the end. There's still a treasure chest right there. We don't have to go straight back to the hamlet. We can continue adventuring, which is definitely a good idea to do, so we can get this chest. Now this is scripted. This is Bandit's trap chest. We don't have a key to unlock it or any items to... See, it says optional dragon item here to use on this object. You can use certain items on chests to negate its trapped effect, but it's going to be blight. But we resisted. He has... oh, 30% blight. I thought he had more. I don't know why I thought he had more. Maybe it was a highwayman that was buffed. Anyway, so we'll head to the hamlet, so we can head home. Victory, the old road. Now this game normally isn't that simple. This game gets pretty difficult. I mean, granted, there are some people that say that this game's too easy and they get mods to make it harder, but for me right now, with not that much experience with it, it's pretty damn difficult for me. I don't know all the, like, textbook formulas on how to clear areas. So we got +2 resolve XP, so we're at 2 out of 8 XP. When we get to 8, we'll rank up to level 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and so on and so on. And actually, I think level 6 is the cap right now. So we can click here. So we got a quirk, a -1. Warren's Phobe, +20% stress damage when in the Warrens. And love interest in town will only visit the brothel for stress relief. So we'll head back here to the hamlet. This is pretty much your base of operations.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Alright, so right here we have activity log and caretaker goals. So our activity log will show what we're doing each week. And every week, or one mission is considered a week. So Dismas is now Apprentice Highwayman level 1. Reynald is now Apprentice Crusader level 1. Kinda odd that now they're level 1. You usually start at level 1. Well, in here you actually start out as level Seeker, which is level 0. It's pretty much you're ready to get your feet wet and that's it. You don't have any experience whatsoever. So, if we come over here to get help where you may. On any screen in the game, press and hold H to see contextual help for controls in that mode. Try it while in town, exploring, fighting, camping, and more. You know, I've never used the help. Let's see what it does. Oh, you just gotta hold it. Oh, it just explains what everything is in here. But yeah, so we have Ancestors' Memoirs.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
The prologue. And I don't know why this is right here. This is actually the main thing that you have to do. You have to complete the 4 quests in the Darkest Dungeon, which is the last area. But then it shows the other stuff. Like, these are all different bosses, and as we defeat them, like you can see right here, Apprentice Necromancer, Necromancer, Necromancer Lord. Like, there's not too many bosses, but there's like multiple variants of each one. Alright, and then we have here the Graveyard.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
This is a roguelike game, so, I mean, we're going to be dying a lot and just kind of repeating ourselves. And this is where it's going to show, like, our Hall of Heroes, pretty much, the Hall of the Fallen. And last but not least, the Stagecoach, recruit new heroes.
Women and men,
You'll need to
soldiers and
recruit
outlaws,
these 2 heroes to fill out a
fools
party of
and
4.
corpses.
Drag and
All
drop
will
them.
find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Fucker, stop talking when I'm talking. Every time. Drag and drop them into your roster. While you're here, spend some of your starting resources on upgrading the Stagecoach network. This will increase the number of heroes available here in the future. To upgrade, click the plus symbol on the left and then click the upgrade. So we can see there's 2 heroes here. So you see Seeker Plague Doctor, Seeker Vestal. That's the level 0 rank right here. So that's what you start out as. So we got a Witch
What
Doctor
better laboratory than
and
the
a Vestal.
blood-soaked battlefield.
Witch Doctor, he's like a caster, kind of. He uses poisons and stuff. Does a lot of blight. He can do bleeds as well, but I highly recommend just running his Noxious Blast and Plague Grenades, as well as Disorienting Blast. That's pretty good because it's a stun as well as it clears corpses. As you kill enemies, they will actually leave a corpse there for like a few turns, and they'll just get in the way. So say if you have an enemy in rank 3, or in slot 3, but in slot 1 and 2 you still have corpses from enemies you already killed. Well, if you can't reach slot 3, you're screwed until those corpses get cleared, or if you destroy the corpses yourself. But it's kind of a waste, and you're better off just letting the corpses clear and packing somebody who can hit those rear ranks pretty hard. So this is actually an AoE on slot 3 and 4, and puts blight on them for 4 points a round for 3. It's pretty damn good. So over here you have the plus sign. You have different types of upgrades you can do. We're gonna upgrade Stagecoach Network.
Great heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
So you can see we don't have enough deeds here. We need actually 1 more. These are like the upgrade items to upgrade your buildings. You have crests, deeds, portraits, and busts. We just need 1 more. But right now we just have this one. So now we'll see 3 heroes appear here every time, or each week. And let's see. So yeah, there's a few things here that you can do, but they unlock slowly over time. Doesn't take too long. I think it's like by week 4 or 5 maybe that you have everything unlocked. It could even be week 3. I can't remember for sure. But I'm going to call it quits right there. And in the next episode, we will be setting off on our new adventure with Renal, Dismas, Pithu, and Peveril. Not even sure if I'm pronouncing their names right, but I don't care because it's Darkest Dungeon. This game is badass. You should go buy it. Like, seriously. Why all the concern? I've seen nothing horrific. He hasn't yet, but he will. It's kind of funny because those little flavor texts that pop up, it's almost based on their stress level. So as they start getting like afflicted, then they start getting over 100, like they'll just start freaking out and shit like that, saying crazy stuff. But enough of that. You'll see plenty of that in the episodes to come. I was born for this too. Alright, I'm Undead Superhero. You guys have a good one.